Hi kids, tonight I'm going to take you into a wild forest where two powerful animals, a lion and a brown bear, are about to have a big fight. But what will happen in the end? Let's listen to their story together. The fight between the lion and the brown bear. In a sunny forest, all the animals lived peacefully together. The lion was the king of the forest, and the brown bear was one of the strongest animals. Each had their own territory, and they never bothered one another. But one day, something unexpected happened, breaking the calm of the forest. That day, the brown bear was walking by the river. His fur waved gently in the breeze, and his eyes sparkled. Suddenly, he smelled something familiar: meat. Excited, he followed the scent and soon found a big, fresh piece of meat lying in the bushes. His heart was filled with joy as he imagined how delicious this meal would be. But just as he was about to rush over and enjoy the feast, a huge figure appeared from the other side. It was the lion. The lion, too, had smelled the meat. His footsteps were so heavy that the ground seemed to shake with every step. When he saw the meat, his eyes lit up. "This is mine," he thought. The lion and the brown bear stared at each other. The air was thick with tension. The bear spoke first. "I found this meat first. It's mine." The lion roared back, "Nonsense. I smelled it first. It belongs to me." Neither powerful animal was willing to back down. The lion showed his sharp claws, while the brown bear stood tall. As their argument grew louder, they began to fight. They rolled and clawed at each other on the grass. The lion's claws scratched the bear's shoulder, while the bear's teeth bit into the lion's leg. The battle went on for a long time, but both proud warriors refused to stop. Meanwhile, a clever fox had been watching the fight from a distance. The fox was always smart and knew that no matter who won, neither the lion nor the bear would have the energy to eat the meat right away. The fox smiled slyly, a plan forming in his mind. When the lion and the bear were finally exhausted, the fox quietly snuck over. Moving quickly and silently, the fox grabbed the meat and dashed off into the thick forest. After a while, the lion and the bear collapsed on the ground, panting heavily and glaring at each other. It was then they realized the meat was gone. They both turned to look, but all they saw was an empty patch of grass. "Where's the meat?" the bear shouted in surprise. "Where did it go?" the lion growled in anger. They looked around and spotted the fox under a tree in the distance, happily enjoying the feast they had fought over. The fox looked up at the tired animals and said with a grin, "You were so busy fighting that you forgot to protect your prize. Now, the meat belongs to me." The lion and the bear lowered their heads in defeat. They finally understood. Because they were too busy fighting, they ended up with nothing, while the clever fox got the reward. This story teaches us that pointless fighting can make us lose more than we gain. Instead of fighting, it's better to learn to share and work together so we can get what we truly want. Now it's time to close your eyes and drift off to sleep, remembering that kindness and teamwork make us all stronger. Good night, sweet dreams.